Hello. So, as I'm not going to be seeing some of you guys in school for a while, we thought that I'd record some little videos for you so you've got no excuse about forgetting some of the things that we do in our sessions in school. But first of all, I'm going to start with my favourite story today. So, some of you will have heard me read this before. This is my absolute favourite. It's called The Lion Inside, and it's by Rachel Bright, who, if any of the mummies or daddies are listening, is one of my favourite children's authors for young children. She's absolutely brilliant. And there's lots of reasons that I love this book. I'm sure you'll see why in a minute. So we're ready. So let's start. So in a dry, dusty place where the sand sparkled gold, stood a mighty flat rock, all craggy and old. And under that rock, in a tiny full house, lived the littlest, quietest, meekest brown mouse. He was so very tiny, so incredibly small, that nobody noticed him ever at all. Look, there he is going, hello. He got trod on and sat on and missed out for stuff, ignored and forgotten. Yes, mouse life was tough. Meanwhile, far above on top of the rock, times were quite different. It was lion o'clock, and this huge toothsome creature made sure everyone saw how important he was by how loud he could roar. Oh my goodness. He was head of the pack. He was shouty and tough. He loved showing the crowds he was made of strong stuff. Yes, all were impressed by this mighty king cat. If only, thought Mouse, I could be more like that. Then late one dark night in his Minnie Mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He jumped from the covers and he held up a paw. I've got it, he said. What I need is a roar. I mean, what if this mouse with the weeniest squeak was a little more grrr and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of fuzzy brown mice, but he'd make friends and join in, and that would be nice. Yes, thought the mouse, I must find out how. I will learn how to roar, and I will learn it now. But, gulp, there was only one beast who could teach him this thing, but might make him a feast. It was time to be strong, take a chance after all. Forever was such a long time to feel small. So he made himself brave and he thought like a winner. He set off to the top, hoping not to be dinner. It felt like the scariest thing he could do. But if you want things to change, then you have to change you. The further he climbed, the closer he got to the slumbering lion, lying on top. Then at last, as he stood on his tippity toes, he found himself suddenly nose to nose. Gulp. Pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. You've got company. Squeak. Mr. Lion, what I've come to you for is squeak. Do you think you could teach me to roar? Oh my goodness. I wonder what's going to happen next. A silence befell that twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and he puffed out his mane. time slowed right down. Well, it felt like a week. Lion opened his mouth and he let out a eek. The lion was shaking his paws all a fumble. He was backing away with a scrambling tumble. Don't hurt me, he whimpered. Oh, trying to be nice. Well, my goodness, the lion was frightened of mice. Don't worry, Mouse peeped. I'm a friend, not a foe. Let's rock this together. We'll have fun, don't you know? And that was a magical moment for sure, when Mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He'd found his true voice and he learned to speak out. And for that, you don't need to roar or to shout. And from that day and always, the two were a pair. They both liked that rock better, now that rock was to share. And Mouse, well, still little, he felt big in his head. And Lion, he still roared, but with laughter instead. Ha 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 ha! Yes, that day they both learned that no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside. Isn't that lovely? Maybe you could talk with your grown-ups about what that means, that we all have a mouse and a lion inside. I think a lot of us, when we first read that story, think about how we described the lion at the beginning. We all said he was strong and tough and brave, didn't we? But actually, the little teeny weeny mouse that was ignored and forgotten and missed out, I think was the bravest of us all. So sometimes we might look scared, we might feel scared, but that doesn't mean that we can't be brave. And I hope you guys are all being brave. If anything bothers you, just make yourself big. Remember what the lion did? He puffed out his mane. He made himself big so that he was more scary to the other animals. And that's what we need to remember to do when we're feeling scared. Instead of curling up into a little ball, let's make ourselves big. So can you all make yourself big now? Can you stretch your arms as wide as you can? Stretch, 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 and then relax. Can we do that again? Let me see if you can stretch your arms as wide as you can. Stretch, 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 and relax. Let's see if we can do it even further this time. Are you ready for the biggest stretch ever? You ready? 1, 2, 3, stretch, 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 and relax. So we can do our starfish stretch. Can't wait to make us feel brave. A lot of you know that Nikki likes to put her hands on her hips when I'm feeling scared. It makes me braver. When we make ourselves big, it makes us feel less scared. So I hope you'll remember that. Now, let me move my chair up a little bit because I seem to be a little bit low. That's better. Right, now what do we do next in our classes? Can we remember? We have to throw away all of our worries and all of our cross feelings. So we're going to do our body scan. So you'll be able to show your grown-ups how to do this if they've not done this before. So can you make sure that your feet are both flat on the ground? You can stand up or you can sit down. I find it easier sitting down. And can you remember, we start by wiggling our toes. So everybody give our toes a little wiggle, 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 wiggle. Then give them a squeeze. And then relax them. Now we're going to squeeze our legs together really tight. Squeeze, 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 and relax. Next we're going to squeeze our bottoms. Squeeze, 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 and relax. Now we're going to squeeze our tummy in. Squeeze, 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 and relax. This time we're going to do our shoulders up to our ears. You ready? Squeeze, 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 and relax. Very good. I hope you're keeping up with me now, because it's time for our wiggly fingers. So wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to squeeze those hands and we're going to put all our cross, angry feelings in those hands and squeeze them tight. And then 1, 2, 3, throw them away. Yes. Oh, let's do that again. Give them a little shake. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. squeeze our hands. This time, let's put all our sad feelings in there. All our sad feelings in our hands. Squeeze, 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 and throw them away. Yes, well done. Now, remember, if you're somewhere where you need to be quiet, then we don't need to do a big throw like that, do we? We can just very gently close our hands, and we can imagine putting all our scary feelings in there, all our worries in our hands, and just let go. Let go of worries. Let go of cross, grumpy feelings. Let go of sadness. All gone. Right, we're onto our faces. We're going to squeeze our face into a tiny ball. Squeeze, 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 and relax and stretch. And relax. And Nikki's favourite bit is stretch the top half of our face. And Luke, surprise. And relax. So we've just checked our whole body for any stress or bad feelings, and when we squeeze our muscles and let go, it lets them go. So we should be feeling nice and relaxed now, ready to practice our breathing. So have you got your hand and your finger ready? I hope nobody's lost them. Are we ready? We're going to breathe nice and slowly together because this can help us to stay calm. Are we ready? Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And then we can swap hands and do our other hand. Are we ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Lovely. And we'll just give ourselves a nice little hug. So remember, if we're feeling sad, we can get a hug from someone that we live with. We could hug a teddy. We could hug our favourite blanket or our pet. If none of those things are around or people are around, then we can just hug ourselves. And if we hug ourselves or somebody else for 20 seconds, it helps us to feel better. So that's what I'd like you to try and do. Everybody at home, after this video, I would like you to relax and give yourselves or each other a hug for 20 seconds. You hear my naughty dog barking. I'm so glad that didn't happen on the relax, which is about to happen in a minute. So, before we move on to our relax, there's one other thing that we always do next in class, which is to say some lovely words about ourselves and about each other. So, I'm going to start today and say, my hands on my hips, I am fabulous. And I'd like you all now to say a lovely I am about yourselves. I hope you all did it. Now, I would like you to say to somebody else in that room that you're in, a you are. So I'm going to say, Ted, you are lovely. Can you say a you are to somebody else? And now I'm going to say you are to all you guys, because I think that you are amazing. Now it's time for our relax. So I'm going to put some music on, just very quietly in the background. And then hopefully if my naughty dog barks again, it's not going to be too distracting. So can you get yourselves comfy while I pick my relax? I'm going to do one out of this book today. I'll relax with Ted. There we go. Let me find the one. Here we go. This is the one I want to put my glasses on. You didn't remind me to put my glasses on. Right. So get yourself nice and comfy, ready for a lovely little relaxation. Close your eyes. Stay as still as you can. Breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. In and out. Nice and slowly. Lovely and calm. And just relax as you listen to my voice for the next few minutes. And as you lie there, I want you to think about all the things that make you really special. All the amazing things that make you amazing. So relax your body and remember that you are loved so much by so many different people, and you are so loving too. You have such a big heart, and you are so beautiful, and you have lots of friends because you are kind and love to share and play nicely. So think about playing with your friends now. Imagine you are taking it in turns, having lots of fun, being kind and loving. You are a brilliant friend. You are amazing. And I want you to think about all the people who love you. Smile as you think of them all. Can you feel a lovely warm feeling in your tummy when you think these happy thoughts? I want you to imagine you're sending a big snuggly hug to someone you love right now. Think about this person now. Imagine their face in your mind. Feel their arms around you as they cuddle you back. You feel so safe, so loved and cozy inside this gigantic bear hug. Remember, you are loved. You are brilliant. You are kind. And above all, you are amazing. So keep these lovely thoughts in your head as you begin to stir and open your eyes and say out loud, I am amazing. I am amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back next week with a different story and a different relaxation. So until then, have fun and keep smiling. Bye.